Welcome back to That LA Garage. Today we're going to continue working on the Taycan project. The car is obviously not here. Last episode we left off by bringing it to Luke's shop. So I dropped it off at Luke's shop. It sat there for a little while. He didn't work on it. So today I'm going to help persuade him and push him and give him motivation to start working on it. We're going to put it on the frame machine. I'm going to work on it, and I guess he's going to help me in this and that. Try to get the ball rolling on that project. And I'm excited to start working it out. We got to align the trunk. The trunk's not closing in properly, and the rear taillight doesn't fit there perfectly. So there's not much work to be done to it, but it's a little bit tricky because it's aluminum, and aluminum tends to bounce back. And that's it. So without further ado, let's put this thing back together. This line on this side is good, right? This one is obviously not good. This is too low, and also it's too far in this way. And also we have a kink over here. This was pulled already. This was crushed into there. So we're gonna take this panel off. This way I can straighten it down here with a hammer. So that's gonna come out, and then we're gonna start. Then I'm gonna grind this out over here, and then weld this a new aluminum piece here, so we can pull it with the puller, with the frame puller. We're gonna pull it out this way. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. Alright, so I just grinded out all the seam sealer. This is the seam sealer. It covers the joint, and then it exposes these rivets, right? So how do you take them out? The easiest way is to use this tool and clamp it on. You put this on top of the rivet. And it simply cuts through and pushes it out. It pulls it out, and it comes out like this. The way that they were originally they look like that. So now I'm going to try to do a double pull. I'm doing a double pull. This over here is supposed to be flat. Actually, it's too hard to go check the other side right now. Actually, I'm going to go. Let's go. This is this side, right? Look at this area here. I want to go look at that side. See, it has the same slope from the top here all the way down. So we gotta take this kink out, right here. It should be the same slope. All right. do. See all of that moved out, got pulled back out. Now over here, I'm gonna pull this guy a little bit more, and then I'm gonna start hitting it with the hammer. All right, that's as much as I wanna go. Another thing is, there's a small kink right here. I don't know if the camera picks it up there, the little tiny kink here. We're gonna get that guy out and that guy out, but this one is gonna probably be with when we do this one. All right, so this is where I'm at. I want to pull this out that way, and last time I pulled it, this joint over here started opening up, so I'm using these clamps to keep that closed because I just want to try to get this kink out on this side and straighten this out just a little bit. And also, once I put pressure on it, I could also hit this and straighten this out as well. I gotta do it slowly so it doesn't tear. Aluminum tends to tear often. After I play with that, I'm gonna try with Luke to pull this up to get that dent out, that crease out, and at the same time he said this needs to be pushed up because this is dropped down, you know, compared to this side obviously.
Grab tape measure. The measure of the tape. I can't wait till Bob comes in and sees this. So what you want to do? We got 14 and a half.
So why is this one doesn't release good?
18 and 3/4. Oh yeah, look at this. This has to be. See from here, because this looks like it's gonna be down.
Yeah.
This looks down.
No, it didn't even move.
Look, so you go like this, right? Do this. To the bottom of it, you're less than 14. Less than.
What is that one?
14 and 3/4. All in my shit.
If I did on purpose, I couldn't do
14 and 3/4.
Okay.
The other one is less than 14 and a half. So this whole thing is down.
Yes.
But when we pull here and handle this, we might have to put a quarter power here, like with a piece of wood, push it up on it, or open this and push it.
So why are you telling me about this before we do this? Because there's so many different pulls to do. Is that you're telling me because this got to do first?
No, they all have to be done at the same time.
Okay.
Got hit. All these dents happen in one shot.
Okay. Okay. So
you want this to pop hot.
So I need to prepare it to move everything together.
So that one's gonna have to go.
So do I need to bring the other porta power here too?
No. Because here, you're gonna open this up. You're gonna take, Dave has another little porta power. I was thinking about taking, go from here. Where's the go?
Oh, because
We went too far back. Well, you gotta take the wheel off first. Because we can't do.
Second support.
Yeah, but you need to chain it too. Because if we start pushing it up, I think we should do. We'll do this first when you pull out.
Where am I grabbing?
Grabbing by here. Grab as big on the carpet top. There's another one like that.
Okay.
Yeah, hook
Pull
it up
this
to
out.
that. You're gonna pull it out, make this straight. There's a kink over here, just open the trunk.
Okay, and compare it to the next time.
Yeah.
I get it.
And once we have pressure on that and get it where it's gotta be, we might have to fix this to go up. It's gonna be at the same time as this. Because this went down and it dented that.
I think if we pull this up, it's gonna bring this down. Right? Because if it's like this, it's...
Yeah, but the limit's fucked up. That's why we need to put pressure on this up. And we need to put pressure on it. Like, we need to grab this corner and push it that way. I mean,
It's the amount of you talking about this seems like you're waiting until everybody
Do this.
leaves to
no,
do this.
Do this. Open the trunk, do this. Be careful when you open the trunk, because it's probably gonna hit the.
Alright.
If you turn this around the other way.
Oh, you want to see the piece?
Yeah, well, this, Bob couldn't get this. So now what you gotta do is,
I don't do this.
so.
You guys do this.
So we got, buy a new one.
I can't. This is you guys smack around. I can't smack this one.
Yeah, so.
If I snagged it around, it'll be flat.
I was sending,
Flat.
I was sending Jonathan a picture of the Audi R8. I was like, dude, you gotta hook me up with these headlights a little better. I'm like, I really don't want the insurance company totaling the car, but at the same time, I don't want to be doing the work for free because the parts are so expensive. Like, you got a Taycan in your shop? He saw it in the background. I was like, yeah, I need this piece. This is the part number.
And did he? What did he say? He's like, it doesn't show up. Wait, did you ask him or?
Yeah, thought about it.
You know, let me call my guy.
That part number.
Ah, 520. They're closed. I'll take a picture. I doubt it.
Google it.
I will. That's a good idea. There's the piece here that we need to put in. This one right here. Luke was telling me a little while ago, he was telling me that it would be a lot better if we could get the original piece in good condition, you know, order this piece from Porsche, and then this way we have some bends and some stuff that we could line it up to the original piece and everything is going to be perfect afterwards. So obviously that's a great idea, but Porsche is kind of one of those companies that are very strict on who repairs their cars. So they don't allow people to just buy anything that gets welded, anything aluminum that gets welded into their bodies and chassis. So it's, you know, there's just a handful of people, or not people, but shops that have access to it. And even if you call the dealer, they can't even give you a price, or they have no access to it. So even through the dealership, you can't even get it. So it's one of those things that I took as a challenge. I was like, okay, Porsche, okay, touche. I'll take this challenge, you know. So then we just waited a little while, and then voila! Don't ask how or anything. I don't know nothing. It just, you know, I just woke up one morning and it was in front of the garage, you know. It was just laying there, and I was like, oh, this might fit my car. So I don't know where it came from or anything like that. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna start putting it over here. Look at these, all right. Look at these awesome this little tool I just learned how to use. I forgot what he called them. I think they call them clinkers or something. Cleaters, clunkers. I don't know. But I told him we call it clampers. So you put these in temporarily, right? You drill a hole, a tiny little hole, right? You throw it in there, and it sandwiches two or three pieces of metal together, and it holds it in place so you can really fine tune and where you need it. Like you see over here, you see this is coming too far out. So I'm going to find something to push it into place, right? Because this is supposed to touch against this, and this is supposed to be hidden around under there. And then I'll just get like 3 or 4 of them. I got 2 from the inside on this side. Over here. Oh, this is so cool. It's starting to really look good. Look at that. So I'm using this as a template to see where, you see there's like waves in this thing. So now we know exactly where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to, oh, and here's another thing, right? You use this tool over here. I used it in the past in the 911 Turbo video, right? You find a hole that you have on both sides, right? You put it in, and we measured right there at the tip, right? Of that screw. And now we're gonna move it over and put it in the same hole on that side. And then, look at that, right at the tip. So what we're checking from that is that distance from there to there and distance from there to there is exactly the same. I put on all the plastics and the taillights. This side was the good side. This side was the bad side. Taillights, all the plastics, everything fit. The piece is still in here, not welded in yet. Still with these clip-clappity things. Everything looks good. Measured, everything seems fine. I would like to put the bumper on. I'm real happy. Tomorrow we're gonna seam seal it, put those rivets, those special rivets I'm gonna show you. I mean, it'll be in the next clip, a few seconds for you guys, but it'll be a whole day for me. And then there's gonna be parts that I'm gonna be welding. After that, Luke is gonna put seam sealer on all the seals, all the seams, and then we will do body work. Oh, actually, there's a part over here there's a part over here that I'm gonna need to weld so they can do their body work. All right, so I got this thing back in my shop, and it's a lot more comfortable for me to start welding here and stuff like that anyways. So I prepared everything. I sanded down all the edges that are gonna be welded or or with those rivets that we're gonna put. There's some spots we're gonna put rivets. In this whole section over here is we're gonna do the rivets. And the way that it works is you gotta put panel adhesive. Let me see. Here, it's really strong, like epoxy. I'll leave this over here. It's really strong epoxy that really glues all the panels together. But also those rivets help as well. So my tool, it can only get this area over here, and after that the top area and here, the whole back area, I'm gonna have to weld in. So I put the bumper cover back on, everything lines up, the taillight lines up, everything lines up, perfect. I did the door jamb as well. In the rear it was a little torn. I filled it in with aluminum, so it's really strong. I'll show you that in a second. And now it's ready for the body work. So I'm gonna take it back to Luke's so they could start doing the body work and then paint, and then it'll be done. I still have to find a wheel for the car, and then that should be it. So that's it. That's the end of this episode. We'll see what car. I don't know what we're gonna work on next episode. Oh, I should be getting the motor for the 997 turbo, the block that I have to assemble. So hopefully we'll do that. I think the next episode I might do the rods. I'll show you how I balance the rods. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you are a subscriber, please like, comment. I like to hear from you guys. You guys have some good intel. And if you're new to the channel also, comments usually under these are really good comments and insightful. So it's worth the listen, worth reading, because you know, engaging with other people that have the same interests as us. So that's that. Till next episode. If you ain't got haters, you ain't poppin'.